Hi there everyone, this is just another little haul video. My boyfriend brought me to Brown Thomas this weekend and bought me a few little presents. We were in Galway, we had to get the car fixed, so it got fixed a lot quicker than we thought and it was a lot cheaper than we thought. So he was so delighted with himself that we were like, we'll pop into the city and have a nice day out, do a bit of shopping, go out for dinner and go to the cinema. And this was brilliant to me because Galway has a Brown Thomas. The nearest Brown Thomas to me would be Dublin, and it's not that often that I get a chance to go to Dublin. And I've been dying to get some MAC foundations to try out. I've been watching loads of reviews and I've really wanted to try out some new foundations just because my skin is changing a bit and I wanted to try them. And I'd like to try some new things for my kit, something a bit more high end and a bit more kind of fancy. So he brought me into MAC, which I was so excited about. One of the things I wanted to get first was the Studio Fix foundation. I got it in the NC15. This is the lightest shade. It's a little bit yellow. One thing was, the Brown Thomas in Galway is very, very dark, and it's very hard to see the colours of the foundations properly. Now I wanted something for my skin tone, and my skin tone, I am quite sallow, but I am pink as well. I have a good bit of pink in me, and this is the colour that I really like. This is the Revlon Colour Stay in Ivory, and I think this colour matches me perfectly. And now I know this looks a little bit yellow, but beside this one you can see it's actually a lot more pink. And this is the kind of colour I wanted. And now the NW15 probably was that colour, but it was that dark in the shop that it made the NW15 look really dark and really yellow as well. So I went for this one just to try it out and see what it was like. This foundation costs €33. And one bad thing about it is it's probably the only one in the whole MAC collection that doesn't come with a pump if it's a glass bottle. It comes just with this normal lid on top, just pops on top, and then you have to buy the pump separate. Now the pump is €4, and alright if you're buying foundation for yourself, you're just a normal person, you're not a makeup artist, you're buying foundation for yourself, you'll buy this, you'll buy the pump, next time you buy another foundation, you still have this pump, so you don't have to worry about buying it again. But if you're a makeup artist, you're going to need a pump for nearly every one of these foundations. And that means that each foundation is costing you €37. Now when you kind of think, this Revlon Colour Stay, okay, it doesn't come with a pump either, but it's only €17. So if you were to get a pump for this, I wonder actually if it fit. It's only going to work out just over 20. And I have to say I really like these as well. I've used this twice. I have it on me now. I have a tutorial up. I will link it below and you can check it out. That's my new full coverage tutorial. I wanted to do one with these foundations which are quite full coverage that I got. So I like this foundation. It's very good. It has a little claspy thing here on the top that you pop on, and it locks as well. I'm probably going to lose this clasp. It's very small, but I'll try my best not to. And then you just pump out a little bit. I'm not going to pump it out because I don't want to waste any. And the pump is very good because it does prevent wastage from pouring it out, but I don't know, it's a bit expensive for a pump that really should be already attached to the product, because everything else, some of them have a lid that is very similar to the other lid, but it has a little pump nodule in it, or else they're plastic and you can squeeze them out. That's the only downside so far to that. And the other thing that I got was the MAC Studio Fix powder. Now this is it here. This costs €30. In the shop that I went into, they had everything was out on stands, but they didn't have the NC15 powder out in a stand, so I couldn't actually try it out in my hand. She opened it up and showed me the colour, but I couldn't try it out, which was alright, I suppose. I was getting the NC15 anyway, but if I was trying to find a colour that matched me and I wanted to try it out, I'd be a bit annoyed. But I got the same colour, NC15, it's all bright and glary, to match. It's very nice. This is a foundation in itself as much as a powder. So you can wear this by yourself if you have quite oily skin. These are more kind of normal to oily skin, and at the moment that's the way mine's going. I used to have severely oily skin, but at the moment it's more normal to oily. So these are really, really good. One downside to this is when it's closed, it's perfectly secure and everything. But once you open it, the top bit it doesn't click in to anything, and this is the crappy little sponge that you get, really fancy. I used it once just to try out the colour of the foundation when I was in Galway, but it's just really, it's not secure. It should clip in there. So you got to be a bit careful because you might end up smashing it, and it's an expensive thing to break. Now, I got the two of these because I want a really full coverage, and I know, I've seen so many tutorials where people are saying you never use both, you never use the liquid foundation and put the powder foundation on top, but I must say I've done it twice, yesterday and today. I did it yesterday to try it out first, and I did it again today, and I feel that if you use a very, very, very small amount of the liquid foundation, just to create a base, something for the powder to cling to, it already gives a bit of coverage, and then if you put this on top, quite lightly everywhere, but if you need a bit more coverage, put it a bit heavier. Say I have a few extra spots here, a bit heavier there, and I think it just gives a lovely finish. It's not heavy compared to a lot of other foundations I wear myself, done like this, because with my old foundations I used to have to pile loads on because the coverage just wasn't good enough, and I found it very hard to find a very pale foundation that was very good coverage, so I'd end up building and building and building, and it ended up really cakey. But to me this is a really nice finish. It's full coverage foundation. You're gonna know you have foundation on. It covers everything. You can't see any freckles or anything like that. And another good thing is I didn't have to use concealer when I was doing this. Usually I would be packing the concealer on top of my really, really, really red spots, but I didn't have to even touch my concealer once. So I really like it. I think both of them together, as long as you work sparingly with them, you use very, very little amount of both, I think it works really, really well. And now this all cost me €67, which is a lot of money for two things. I think if I decided that I really like these products and I'm going to continue using them through my work and getting them for my kit, I will apply for the discount. But at the moment I don't mind spending a little bit just to try them out myself. So that is my MAC haul from yesterday. I hope you enjoyed this little video. Check out the rest of my videos and please subscribe, and I'll talk to you all soon. Bye!